Hello and welcome to Elmore Court. My name's Adele, I'm one of the wedding coordinators here. Unfortunately, you can't be here with us today, so what we've decided to do is walk you around the old gaff using the means of video. So please come on in, let's take a look round.
Thanks, Adele, and thanks for calling my house the old gaff. But anyway, as we walk up the steps, we go straight into the main hall, which is really the kind of obvious place for most of our ceremonies. We do have licenses actually on several different spaces, including outside. But this room is a belter, and it's very sort of neutral, as you can see. It can take about 150 people. It's very historical, and these mullin windows actually date back to around about 1580. And the stained glass heraldic stuff is actually all families that my family have married over the years, which is rather nice considering what we do in this room so often. So anyway, we'll whiz down one of the back corridors, off which there's quite a few loos, and we'll go into the morning room, which is one of the two sort of main sitting rooms in the house, I guess. And this is called the morning room because it gets lovely morning light. And as you look out this window, you can see the Gillyflower down there, which is lovely, which you can access through this sash door, which is where actually quite often people go out and then walk down to the Gillyflower, which is the dinner and dancing. But in here is the drawing room, which is, I think, probably my favourite room in the house. And you can probably tell I've set up my kind of recording studio stroke office at the end, right by the nighttime bar. So this is great actually at night, where we can have kind of after the Gillyflowers close, there can be a bit of a party, and we have somebody serving you drinks. There's a big fireplace in the winter. We get that firing, and it gets really warm in here. It's absolutely cozy as you can get. So the great thing about these rooms is they're fantastic for the reception, particularly if the weather's not so good. So after the ceremony, you can go in here. But if necessary, we can just move all the chairs, and you can see they all link together really nicely. Anyway, we're going to whiz upstairs and have a look at some of the bedrooms. First up is the master suite, and we've whizzed in here. The master suite has historically always been the kind of, to put it this way, I inherited the house from my uncle, and that's where him and his wife lived before they moved on. So this is the dressing room, and what's so good about this is there's two bedrooms and there's loads of space, particularly actually getting ready prior to the ceremony. It's really good. You can see there's a big mirror, and also if you want to use the room and say one of the other rooms has chosen a bridal suite, then this room is great because you can actually have there's two big double beds. I mean, when you say big double beds, the one in the main room, which we'll have a look at in a second, is huge. But the bathroom is lovely, and we love it. It's got a lovely roll-top bath, and you know, it's got a really good shower and all those sort of things. It's got underfloor tiled heating, and it's great. And you would see the mirror, but obviously you'd be able to see the cameraman if you did. So let's go and have a look in the master bedroom. This is well, it's just great. I mean, look at that bed. It's a Caesar bed. You get Emperor, then you get Eastern Emperor, and then you get Caesar. It's an absolute belter. So it's a great room for the first night of your wedding, marriage, life, etc. So I would strongly recommend. You know, it's just I love it in there. So I'm sure you will too. But anyway, look, there are another 15 bedrooms in the house. So we will probably speed up in a second and whiz out of the master suite. Are we going to get a bit faster? Yes, we're going to get a bit faster. Look at that. And here we go, whizzing up the stairs. And where are we going now? We're going up into the north room. I love the north room. And this actually I've got lots of fond memories in here. Actually, it's been dubbed the naughty room. It's you can see it's pretty historical. The wood panelling actually came from Renkham, which is one of the family homes which got sold in about 1830 or thereabouts after the Napoleonic Wars. But it has got its own bathroom. It's actually all the rooms in the house have ensuite, apart from a couple where they have their own bathrooms, but you have to actually go out into the corridor, and that is because of listed building. We weren't able to cut, well, probably you wouldn't want to cut holes in walls to kind of get through. But anyway, that's its bathroom in here, and it's really nice, I think. So we'll go next door to the time room, and again, lots of fond memories for lots of people in here. This is absolutely a charming room. It's very light, and it's called the Time Room because it has a motif which you can just see in the top right-hand corner of a chap called Old Father Time, and his motto in life was that you really ought to not waste your time here. And he kind of would slightly scarily suggest that if you do waste your time, he'll come and get you. But anyway, it's ensuite. It's got a lovely bathroom, as you can see. And then, in fact, there's a picture of my Aunt Philippa on the wall up there when she was a little girl. So that's that room. It's pretty good. And we will very slowly move out of the room. And where are we going now? Where shall we go? Where's we're going to be taken now out the room. We're going to go down the stairs. I know we're going to go and have a look at the oak room, which is it's very sumptuous. It's very historical. It's got a massive copper bath, huge. We actually changed the copper bath quite recently to one that was even bigger than the one we had before for some unknown reason. And the furniture in here is pretty ancient. The bed dates back to 1636, and the paintwork on that fireplace is 17th century. And it's really good. It's kind of it's not particularly great for very tall people because the bed is quite small. But anyway, whizzing on through, we had quite a bit of fun because my family, as you can probably tell, has got a lot of history. And my great grandfather was called James Augustus Grant, and he discovered the source of the Nile. So we did a bit of a nod to him and did this room as the map room. And in here is the bachelor room, which myself and lots of young bachelors have been put in over the over the centuries. And it's a really cosy room. It's got its own bathroom, and I don't know what happened there. But whizzed through. We went past the porch room, which is a dormitory room, which is great and really comfortable. But we'll go and have a look at the smoking room, which is probably the other main kind of candidate for bridal suite. It's really, really lovely. The bed is a absolutely huge, really comfortable bed, and it has also got a incredibly nice bathroom, which we put a lot of effort into. That bath was a nightmare because we had to actually crane it through the window to get it in, but it's really deep, and the shower and everything else, it's got on-the-floor heating as well, is of the highest quality. And obviously we don't like to cut corners, but anyway, let's whiz through, and we'll go through to the pink area of the house, which is actually where my family and I lived for quite a long time, and then we converted it into extra accommodation and have moved out to a farm just down the road. And this actually was originally the first bit that we were going to open up as kind of commercial stuff in the house way back in 2008, 2009, when we were going to do a cookery school. And this was going to be the accommodation, but then it didn't become the accommodation. We did the other side of the house, and we lived here. But this is the privates room. It's called the privates room, and the room next door, apart from this, is the kitchen. The kitchen, just very quickly, the kitchen is amazing because it's for you, and it means that there's somewhere in the house you can go and cook or get stuff. Gets, I don't know, milk heated for children or whatever it is in the night, without having to go into the kind of big commercial kitchens that we've got downstairs, the stainless steel ones. So this is the general's room. This is great because it's got, as you can see, bunk beds for kids. It's got an ensuite bathroom and a nice big bed. It's called the general's room, as is the one called privates next door, because there actually used to be a general living here, and he was here for about 25 years. He was absolutely charming, wonderful man with lots of incredible stories. So we just thought it would be fun to honour his memory by naming these rooms after him. So we're going to probably speed up again very soon and whiz going back out into, where are we going? Oh, we're going to go down the stairs here. Brilliant. This is the dining room. So the dining room is full of my ancestors on the walls, and pretty much all the pictures, apart from one who was the old keeper, are my direct ancestors. And the dining room is you can see it's a really good dining room. We do breakfast here every day, so breakfast is served every morning after you've after the night. It's a lovely place to have a hangover in, but also if you do long Thursdays or have a dinner party the night before, it's great for that too. So we're going to go back out into the hall, and we're going to go down back out into the front drive, where we will probably, I think, turn left and have a look at the East Lawn, which is these lovely areas for drinks receptions. We can actually do ceremonies out here, and we've done quite a lot of ceremonies on this lawn and other places as well. And you can see it's absolutely lovely. And this is the way through down to the Gillyflower, which is over there. But we've just widened, and you can see, sorry, it's a bit of a mess, but we're widening these paths. We wanted to make them a bit prettier, but also wider because of social distancing. But this takes us down to the Gillyflower, and this was a brand new building that we built during 2013. It is been designed by amazing architects. It's made out of materials completely pretty much from the land, so mud from the fields, and the timbers are from our own woodlands, and it's super sustainable. All the heating that we provide is from biomass from our own woodlands, and we're trying to make sure the food is the same. So we're producing a lot of food in our wall garden, and we've got a greenhouse, and so on and so forth. So there's a real sort of field to fork thing going on. But fundamentally, this place is for partying. It's completely soundproofed. We can have proper parties in here. It's absolutely cracking. There's no chance of having anyone telling us we have to turn the music down. This is the dance floor. The sound system is designed by Function One. It was actually installed by Tony Andrews, who's a good friend of mine at Function One, and the sound quality is blistering. It's really loud, but without hurting your ears. There's lovely lights, and it's just a big party space. We've got a real love of festivals, so we love it when people use these grounds outside, particularly late at night with kind of festoon and maybe some late night traders and what have you. We can light the fire pit. People quite often do camping and glamping, which is great, and we can get a really good festival sort of feel going. So we're going to just go round quickly to have a look at the coach house, and the coach house is included in all new bookings. And it's really for the night before. It's not so much for the night of, but it's for the night before. And it's crucially so that you can wake up on site and have hair and makeup and all that sort of stuff without having to kind of move properties on the day of your wedding. It's got capacity for 6 really to sleep. It's got 2 bathrooms, one downstairs, which you just saw, which is all disabled friendly. And this really big bed, it's actually another, I think it's Caesar, or it's certainly, if not, it's East Number. You can sleep at least 3, maybe 4 in there. There's a sofa bed we just passed, which sleeps 2, and then up here there's a lovely bedroom, which is also great, and quite often, it's a lovely double, and it's got its own bathroom just over here, which has got a lovely slipper bath. So it's a really lovely space to spend some time with your friends the night before. Kind of take it easy, get a really good night's sleep. It's well insulated, and voila.